Look at that ass. Good afternoon. So this is a pretty good ship right here. We're going to talk about this because a certain British gentleman that we have in the clan that I'm in asked for it because, you know, he's impartial. But we figured we would do a little video on this ship. This is a ship that I instantly fell in love with for the moment that I bought it. She is a beaut. Uh, 3 main turrets, all forward firing, right? But the difference between this and the Zumo, which quite frankly sucks really, really bad, is all 3 turrets are forward facing, and the turret number 3 can actually rotate left or right. It doesn't have to go all the way around in order to get on target. So you pretty much sit like this towards your enemy, and every now and then shift to about that angle so you can fire your 3rd turret and you swing that bow back. And she's pretty effective, man. I tell you what, British being what British, right? As Jingles said about me in my video that he used of me and the Conqueror, you can pretty much sit and just roll your face on the keyboard playing this ship, right? She's an awesome ship and makes good money. And I'm not sure. I can't see the tech tree. Is she still available in the tech tree for sale by XP? I don't. I don't honestly think she is anymore, which is unfortunate because she's definitely worth it, right? I firmly believe if you have enough free XP just chilling, you need to get this ship. So anyway, you have 3 trip mount 406s, right? 406 Mark 45s, basically. Damn good guns. You'll notice that if you buy Nelson, the fire chance on this ship is a little bit low on my ship, and that is because I have Jack Dunkirk on here, right? And I have IFHE. Why? So, once again, everyone's going to sit there and say, oh, there's Happa rolling his face on the keyboard. Well, I'm sorry. If I can hit a Missouri with 6 shells and do 16,000 damage with HE, I will gladly do so. I've done it on multiple occasions. And hopefully I'll show you that in some gameplay we'll get up to pretty soon. So Jack Dunkirk, right? One of the Dunkirk boys. I think, what's the other one? There's another Dunkirk boy somewhere in here. Where is he at? Yeah, so Bert Dunkirk. But there's Jack Dunkirk for now. You got improved Jack of all trades, right? 10% reload time to all consumables. Your expert marksman's boosted, right? So we'll get a full percent, 1% of traverse speed. And then, of course, if you had smoke, you get a bigger smoke bubble, which Jack Dunkirk on the Minotaur or the Gallant is huge. You leave some ridiculously huge smoke bubbles. So you'll notice IFHE, I've got basic firing training on here. It's to try and improve my AA a smidge, right? Extra health boost, and then fire prevention. The reason I put fire prevention on is because, quite frankly, your staying power increases. Most people will start firing HE at this ship because you're going to bow tank a lot. So I found that this is a very effective skill to put on the Nelson. She survives a lot better. Standard upgrades for tier 7, right? You only get 4, unfortunately. I have a premium upgrade on here, damage control party. Again, try to put those fires out as quick as possible. And then your damage control mod 1, your aiming system mod 1, of course, decreased dispersion, and then your rudder shift. Pretty standard. And then, as always, on all my ships, I throw on the premium consumables using credits, right? So we put those 3 things on there. Got Jack Dunkirk in here. I got her standard premium permanent camo on, right? A little brown. I don't know what the point behind that was, but let's do some gameplay and see what we got going on here. Excuse me. So once again, tier 7, kind of the bastard tier for matchmaking. I really do hate that it's that way, but it is what it is. Let's see what we got here. Boom. Oh, look at that. Couldn't ask for a better matchup. Tier 7, baby. That's what I'm talking about. So I will tell you, this ship is phenomenal. at tier. Even at tier 8, I don't worry so much. She can one-shot those Omahas with HE. If that Pensacola goes broad, I can one-shot her as well. The Yorks are a little bit harder to one-shot because of the fact that they have a little bit of armor. The Destroyers don't typically worry about them. If I can hit them, they're gonna die. So let's see what we can do. We're a little bit more on the east side, so I'm gonna roll to the right and basically set up for a bow-on tank on the 8 line. Rudder shift on this is 11.9 seconds. Bit slow. She's a long ship. That is one drawback I will say about this ship. It's a very long ship and takes a while to get her turned. But just like the Warspite, and actually the Dunkirk, right? The French Dunkirk, once she starts turning, she turns pretty darn quick. So it's just a matter of getting that rudder over and getting the ship turned. So, but we're gonna head out this way toward that island a little bit. Hopefully that Colorado doesn't sit back all the way like I've seen Colorado's doing a lot lately. I don't know if that's a byproduct, by the way, of the fact that the Colorado is slow, maybe? I don't know. So, looking at the minimap, I'm already seeing a bit of a worrisome setup here, right? The New York, who was a little bit more west, is coming east. 2 of our destroyers are headed to the center, which I'm hoping they're just going to hang out there for a minute and come help. But that does worry me a bit, that we're going to have a bit of potato going on, because there's your Atlanta also going with those 2 destroyers. Pensacola is setting up on the corner. That's not good either. So pretty much I'm looking at a whole lot of potato going on. Hopefully this will not stay the case. One thing about this ship, one thing you need to keep in mind, this ship is an all or nothing kind of ship. You either get your bow in and you stay in that way, and get in reverse if you need to fall back, or you don't push in at all. So that was one hit. I did 2,300 almost to that destroyer. The reason I said that about the Nelson, she's an all-in or nothing kind of ship, is because you don't want to run. You do not want to run in a Nelson. You run in a Nelson, and typically you're going to die. You don't want to kite away. Okay, this is not a kiting away ship. She is super squishy on the ass, to the point where you'll actually give up citadels if you run away. And when I mean citadels, I mean Scharnhorst AP will pen you, and that says a lot, believe it or not. Scharnhorst AP is not the greatest, so you need to stay bow on. You need to understand that it's very, very important. And when I mean bow on, I mean point your bow at the target, okay? If you don't point your bow, pretty much everything can kill you. The flush sides of this ship are dangerously squishy. I've had Pensacola's deal large amounts of damage. Okay, and there you go. There's a perfect example. IFHE on this ship set 2 fires, did 13,000 damage, 1 salvo. That is why I love this ship, okay? It's hard to not like a ship that does that, right? And that Dunkirk, she's just gonna burn. So she just put the fires out. I'm gonna see if I can't do a solid for me and start another fire. Come on, gunners. Oh, no fire. But that was another 2 hits, 4,400 damage, right? So everything that was in the middle looks like died. So now we're going to have an Omaha and a York, and what looks like their New York going down the middle. Alright. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to swing my guns over here, and we're going to head toward the left. God help you, by the way, if you're ever against, say, an Iowa in this thing. Had a couple matches in Division where there was a couple of us in Iowa's, or excuse me, a couple of us in Nelson's, and I had to go up against an Iowa, and unfortunately I had no choice but to be broad, and let me tell you, that was not a fun experience. I was at 16 kilometers from Iowa, and he repeatedly double citadel'd me, and I was pretty much probably about a 45-degree angle from an Iowa, and he just saying that he raped me is not necessarily the right words. It was pretty rough, man. You know, I died very quickly. So right now, because those destroyers died in the middle, I'm gonna try to help this Pensacola out. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, those look good. So there was basically 11 grand. You saw the Citadel I had, right? He's turning to try to dump torps. I'm gonna slow down. There's the torps. He couldn't get the angle to get on me, so he tried to drop on the Pensacola. York just realized the error in his ways, so I'm gonna push him. Actually, is what I'm gonna do.
Torpedoes direct front.
So look at the module damage that we're doing here. This is the best part about this ship. So I'm gonna 1/4 forward here. This New York thinks he's gonna be kind of cool. Try to push me. I'm gonna try to stay on that York actually.
Enemy destroyer detected.
Secondary and AA range are actually pretty good on this. Secondaries I think will reach to 6. Excuse me, 5.5 AA will go to 4.5. This Konigsberg really just pissed me off. He's dropping torps with friendlies in front of him, right? Please don't ever do that. So that York is done. He's very done. I'll let them take the kill. I don't most of the damage on that. So I'm going to try to get turned around here. Notice the heel on this, right? This is the first British ship where they put that ridiculous, almost overpowered heel on it. I am down 24,000 hit points, right? 24,000. Now watch this. Watch how quickly that comes back. 8,000, 40,000, 43,000, 46. Look how quick that health is coming back. They've lost sight of me. Last time they saw me, I had 30,000 hit points, and now the next time I'm spotted, I'm gonna be back up to almost full hit points. Right? How crappy is that for the other team? You're in a battleship. You want to deal damage. You're like, oh man, yeah, that Nelson, he's half health. I could take him. You lose sight of him, and then boom, there he is, right? Almost full health again. How horrible would that be for the guys driving the battleships? I potatoed that one, didn't I? Someone else get that kill probably. Oh, no. Torpedo's gonna hit him. Yep. Alright, so now, pretty much I'm gonna go helmet on, mouth guard in. Here we go.
Enemy destroyer detected.
This thing loves Sharn horses, okay? The guns on it just love destroying Sharn horses. I get so excited when I see Sharn horses when I'm in this thing because the Sharn horse attempts so hard 9 times out of 10 to HE me, right? Just like you saw there. He's HEing. I'm gonna go to 1/4 speed. He's gonna push me and try to get me in torpedo range, right? Pretty standard gameplay for a Sharn horse. And I'm just going to sit here and keep starting fires on him. That's all I'm going to keep doing. Burn, baby, burn. So we're in reverse because, like I said, he's going to attempt to torpedo me. What he doesn't know is if he turns broad right now to tort me, because he's getting near that range, I'm going to probably take his torpedo tubes from him. Oh, someone else is going to torpedo. Never mind. All right, so moving full speed forward. Kind of surprised I didn't start a fire on that Duke or the King George, excuse me, same ship almost. By the way, the Duke is another great premium ship. If you can get it, get it. Another wonderful British premium. Come on.
Victory is in sight.
Nice. All right, so we're gonna turn. I'm gonna push him. Know why that Farragut smoked. So I see destroyers still trying to smoke for battleships, and though your efforts are thankful. We like that you do that. Don't do that. Don't smoke for a destroyer or for a battleship if you're in a destroyer. To be honest with you, your smoke is wasted. There's really no point to it because any kind of shooting that a battleship does, the battleship's just going to be spotted. Your smoke doesn't necessarily help. Unless the battleship's running, right? Unless you're running away, you need to get help back, okay, that's understandable. Otherwise, just don't do it. Save your smoke for yourself. It's helpful, but it's not as helpful as you might think, right? Because we can't fire while concealed. It just doesn't work that way anymore. Secondary's opening up on him. Did you see that? 4 shatters? Holy hell. Alright, give me that. I'll give you the citadels. Nope, you jacked that up. So he's probably going to try to ram me, but it's not going to happen. I think I'm going to reload or someone's going to kill him before that happens. 100 hit points, there we go. Boom!
Destroyed an enemy battleship.
Turn around. And this is a pretty standard battle for me in a Nelson, to be honest with you. 100,000 damage is pretty common for a Nelson, even in a mediocre game, which is pretty much what this was. But here's what I want you to look at. Look at that right there. 12 freaking fires, okay? 12. That's insane. That's with IFHE, mind you, lowered chance of fire. No fire flags, I don't think. Beyond that, I got a Citadel with HE. Okay, you can't beat that. But here's what I wanted to show you at the end. Why the other reason why I think you need to get a Nelson, because at the end of the match, if you win and you have a good match, even if you lose and you have a good match, you get this 300,000 credits. Okay, that was 300,000 credits for a fairly mediocre at tier game. Imagine if you're shooting at 8s and 9s. You're going to make a lot more credits off that. So after premium consumables and everything, again, about 220, right? So tier for tier, I showed you the Dunkirk yesterday. You're gonna make probably more money, but I will tell you, the Nelson to me is far more fun. It's just a fun ship, man. You know, it's got great damage output. I ignore AP in it. Yes, I know. I know. I probably will get shit from people for firing only HE, but the Nelson is meant to fire HE. That this ship is just beautiful in every aspect of the word. Um, you have to be careful though with the Nelson, okay? Because she doesn't slow down that great, right? You don't want to push so hard that you end up out ahead of the rest of the team, stuck by yourself. If she's stuck by herself, she dies, okay? And she doesn't do too hot by herself. You have to have some support. You need to be in the back, let other people spot for you, and you'll just sit there and rape. So, pretty simple, right? Pretty good ship. Notice her secondaries, okay? She has secondaries where? Flanking her port and starboard aft side. So, secondaries firing, you're going to start getting a lot of secondary shots from about this angle because you're going to have all three of these turrets. But the majority, if you could keep her about this angle, you're going to have multiple turrets firing with their secondaries. So like I said, the only thing is you don't want to be running away in this thing. I'm telling you, this whole section right here, and I'll pull up the armor, but I don't know, it doesn't say a lot because you can bow tank in this, right? So if I pull off, let's see here. Let me look at her citadels. Pull this off. Right? This is where her armor gets really good. Come on. It's the most armor she's got. It's where you're going to do the most penning probably. Or if you get penned rather, you're going to lose the most damage. But if we look at her torpedo protection, well, not so much. Her outer layer of armor, not so much, right? You're looking at 25 at the most. Okay, the angles are here. What you're looking at that make the difference. But like I said, if you're flush, you're getting penned, and that's a whole lot of hit points you're gonna lose. Broad, right through here, gonna lose a lot of hit points. Right, aft end, it's more there's lack of angle. To be honest with you, you shoot right through the back end and you're gonna die. I try to keep her about there if possible. That way you can rock, fire that third turret. Let me get this armor off. Sorry, the port's being a little glitchy. I keep her about this angle right here. Fire the third turret, roll her back to bow on. And then I just keep doing that. That's like the best tactic for this ship. If you don't care about getting the last 3 guns off, then don't. You can fire, these 2. Be just fine. I do pretty good firing just 2. Either way, as always, please hit like down there in the bottom in the comments. Definitely could use the likes and the subs. And if you have any other suggestions for ships, feel free to go ahead and ask. I'm planning on doing probably a video next few days on operations in 7.5. We're going to get on the test server a little bit, check it out, and we'll go from there. Next few days might be a little shoddy for me, but the next couple videos is what I meant. Next few days, I'm going to be having a family get-together and stuff like that, so I won't be on much. But anyway, thanks for the subscribe if you've already subscribed, and I hope you all have a good day.